Hi everyone. So welcome to our final meeting for the Let's Go Aero for fiscal year 2023. Everyone has done a pretty good job in the past year, but however, it's important for us to figure out like a couple pretty important like questions for our company in the company. So it's important for us to figure out how to deal with the trailer production and how it's also more importantly the retiree market. The second stuff is where it's important for us to create our own cash budget. The company is already facing like we need like to maintain 100K cash for at the beginning of every month to maintain operations. So that leads to our relationship with the banks and how we're gonna maintain and operate our company. And the third thing is we have to have our like production budget as well. So like the production budget is like an important factor of cash budget because that leads to how much revenue we're gonna generate in the whole. So I hope everyone will try to communicate well during the meeting, and then we're gonna solve all the problems at all.
Hello everyone. I think our company made a very optimistic projection. So for the historical data, we had a approximately increase by 8% per year from 2005 to 2009, and so likely we got like a 20% increase from 2009 to 2010, and based on that, some people made a projection that said we're gonna have a better performance in the future and keep making more trailers, but that I think won't be a very good projection because this year James didn't got his 20% bonus for his good performance, so he won't be very happy about that. I think those emotions will affect the production, and his team also has some bad reactions. So this production here won't be those high. We can say like, look at that. From 2005 to 2015, we got like a almost 600% increase. That's like impossible. And I think we need to do a better job on the projections. That's it.
Guys, so here is the CFO of the company. So I'm going to introduce the budget for the next year right now, the strategic budget for production optimization. So the budget should definitely help the production department, that's for sure. It is important for the production department to prepare the raw materials or the power to produce specific amount during a specific months. Like the January and February, we need to have like 2,000, actually 2,600 and 4,200 like successfully in 2 months. And from the budget, we are able to see the company would probably face a significant increase in project from February to March. If the production department has such information, they could prepare ahead. Besides the production department itself, other departments like human resources and have time ahead to find enough labor for the increasing the production so that the company would reach the production goal, and there would have no problem of having enough inventory prepared for sale. So human resource department, that's your job. And for the finance part, it should also be good actually. As you can see on the charts right here, from the cash budget, we could see that for January, February, and March, the company all need a specific amount of cash borrowing to maintain the operation. This could be a hard task for the group in charge of borrowing money from the bank. As a result, if they have such information ahead, then it would be good for them to prepare ahead as well. So, sales department could use the budget as well to make slight changes if there is some issues happening during the production or the financing process. The budget could be used as a reference for the sales department.
Okay, so thanks for my CEO's projection, normal projection for like the cash budget, the production budget, so something. So here, actually, I got another cash budget for you. So here, at first, is the production budget. So for this production budget, I'm gonna set for our production department to stay constant for like 3,000 production per month. So it's gonna be much easier for you guys to like do the production part. So as a result, since I got the budget sales from you, so I'm gonna have such kind of requirement for the production department for their ending inventory for each month. So here, I think everyone could see that there is like some issues with negative ending inventory for March and April. So this could be an issue when everyone's executing like the inventory like calculation for this throughout the year. So once if there's actually some negative inventory, in order to fulfill like the sales, it's important for everyone to try to buy out or try to rent for some kind of other inventory from other companies to make sure that our sales, the budget sales from like the selling department could actually be reached. Okay, so here's like what I've done for like the purchase budget and then what I've asked other people to check for it. So from here we can see like our total cost is much easier. This is definitely also much easier for like the financial department, for CFO to like budget it like all of the other like incomes or something. I think that would definitely be a good stuff in my opinion. So here we can see like since the trailer production is pretty constant, since for each trailer we're producing like there's a constant sheet metal needed and a constant and then constant like cost per square yard. So as a result, the expenses for like except for like the first month, the all other 5 months are going to be the same. So here is the cash budget. The financing department, so like the first part is like right now you guys are gonna collect like 25%, I believe, the sales like within the month, 60% for next month, and then 10% like in the like final month. So it's important for you guys to definitely make it more efficient to collect like more cash right now. So here's what I've done for you guys about like your plan for the cash budget, for the cash budget for like your income. So definitely you can see like the March is really important because we got like March and April got like higher sales. So definitely these 2 months are really important to keep focus on. Here's all of the expenses. So for the materials, as I mentioned, it's pretty constant. So everyone should take note about that. Everything else is like your constant, your fixed like manufacturing overhead. So there's like no big issues. The financing department, the most important stuff for use. The companies will have to have like $100K every month to maintain operations. So like from what I've projected right now, for January, February, and March, it's important for you guys to really borrow money to maintain like the operations for the company. And then later on, you guys have to pay it back. And for the extra cash, we have like 545.1 like thousand cash. We're gonna have at the end of June. You guys have to let me know like how you guys are gonna use it for like investments. So here's another like budget. So like 3,000 production is what I assume you guys could possibly do, I think. So another like production like budget that I've already made for you guys is if you guys are really hardworking, like you want to like work for 12 hours per day, like you guys can definitely reach like 3,500. I'll be really happy for it. More revenues, more money for me. So in this case, definitely there's gonna be like, if you guys can do that, there's gonna be basically no problem with ending inventory because you're gonna have like either 0 or positive for all of the 6 months. That's more ideal for me, but you guys have to work really hard. Here's like the purchase budget. Like for the purchase budget, like compared to like what I presented for like the 3,000 like trailer production, for this budget, there's definitely gonna be more cost. But because of like the more revenue, like it's important for you guys to figure out like how to balance like the cost and the revenue stuff. So this could cost definitely in the following sheet we're gonna see like more aluminum costs, and then also like some problems with the cash. So here is our like cash gonna receive. There's not gonna be that much problem for this because our budget sales from our CFO is like still the same. So in this case, this part is gonna have no big difference, but the next part is gonna have some big difference. So for here, definitely we can see the aluminum cost is gonna increase for a lot. Like from started from like March to all the way to June, it's gonna stand from like 720 to 840. That's definitely something to notice. Like all other, including wages, are like fixed cost something. So for borrowing, in this case, you can see like there is like some certain there's still like some certain amount of borrowing with like the first 3 months. So like, but the only thing is you guys have to take care of is if there's actually some like borrowing necessary made like for the first during like June, so to maintain our operations. So just keep your guys like credit scores like during the first 3 months, so that like the banks and other like operators are not going to reject us when we want to borrow money in June. Just keep in mind of that.
There should be different metric in the dealing with the different department chairs. For the production department, since in the normal budget there is a highly volume of production during the February and March, the board could take a look at the preparation work of the product management and see if they are able to cover the specific amount of the selling necessary. During those 2 months, the board could consider a specific amount of the compensation in order to motivate the production team to work harder. Willing the bond should not be that much, since the company still need to take control of the welding cost. Since the bond during the 2010 is already a problem, that the selling team might already have a certain amount of complaints. Selling department is significant part of the welding company, since it is actually revenue generator. As a result, we believe there might not need any extra compensation or bond give to the sale department, but need to remain the current 20% bond for gyms. This would definitely be certain, since the company will not want to hurt the sales department anymore, to hurt the potential revenue to cover the company operation and the cash borrowing from the bank.
So some final suggestions that I have. One of our biggest issues with the company is revenue collection. Only 25% of the revenue generated is collected in the same month. This is causing issues of having to generate extra sales to cover the cash needed for the month. So the financing department has to borrow a large amount of cash to maintain its operations. A solution that we could do to fix this is create a system that ranks customers based on how long it takes them to pay. This data is useful, and you could use this to contact the customers to generate some fast cash when needed for the company. And it could also use that data to see which customers are not paying on time or just not paying at all, and cut them off and cut cooperation with them. This will generate fast cash and with motivation such as the 210 and Net 30 policy.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for all you guys for projection. I hope in the fiscal year of 2024, Let's Go Era is going to do a much better job, and I hope to see all of your results.